Hello, everyone. Last part of 16.2 is going to be solving equations still, and this time we've done it with common basis. We've done it using natural logs, and now we're just going to do it with regular logs. Okay, so here's our scenario. Carmen has a painting presently valued at $5,000. An art dealer told her the painting would appreciate at a rate of 6% per year. So appreciate means that the value grows. And so that's back to that exponential equation form, y equals a times b to the x. So write an exponential function for this problem. Y is going to equal my initial value is $5,000. My b value, if it's growing at a rate of 6%, again, that's 100% of where it started with plus 6% more. 6% as a decimal, of course, is 0.06. And that's going to be to the x power. Okay, and then they want to know, in how many years will the painting be worth $8,000? So we're not plugging in for the x, we're plugging in for the y value. So 8,000 equals 5,000 times 1.06 to the x. And again, I like this part to be by itself if I'm solving that. So I'm going to divide both sides by 5,000. And so 8,000 divided by 5,000 is 1.6. And that's 1.006 to the x power. Okay, so here at this point, unless you happen to know your powers of 1.06 to be able to use common bases on this, you're going to want to rewrite this. The base is not e, so we're not going to write it in natural log form. We're going to write it in log form. So log, my base is the 1.06 of 1.6 equals x, because remember, I keep drilling it into your brains, but the answer to a log problem is the exponent. So the answer is going to be the x value. And so now how do I do this? Well, the natural log ones I could just plug into my calculator. But in order to plug into my calculator on logs, you have to have a base of what? 10. Okay, this base is not 10. So how can we do that? Well, we learned one of my favorites. We learned the secret of the universe. Okay, so if you use secret of the universe, you can put in log of 1.6 divided by log of 1.06. And if you just plug that in directly, you're going to get an answer. And again, we round on these things, right? It's about 8.1 years. Okay, and be careful because this is not the same. These two things are not equal. Okay, you're not doing that. Okay, you are literally typing into your calculator log 1.6. If it started a parentheses, make sure you close it. Divided by log 1.06. And again, so on my calculator, just to show you this, on my calculator, when I put in log, it automatically starts a parentheses. So I have to close it. And then do it like that. Because if I don't close that second parentheses, when I divide by log of 1.06, it's actually dividing the number and not the whole thing. Okay, let's look at some more examples on this. Okay, so solving for x on this. Again, we want to get rid of all the extra stuff. So we're going to get rid of the 1. So 2 to the x plus 6 equals 4. And you might say to yourself, wait, I could do that with common bases. Yep, and if I just gave you a worksheet and said, solve these equations, I would probably myself go 2 to the x plus 6 equals 2 to the second, and then I would work with this part like we have before. But since we're trying to practice using the log version, I'm going to switch this to log form. And I'm going to say the log base 2 of 4 equals the exponent, which is x plus 6. Okay, again, I don't have a base 2 in my calculator, so I'm going to use secret of the universe. When I get that answer, it's going to give me x plus 6. So if I plug into my calculator log base 4 divided by log base 2, that's going to give me 2. And so then x will be negative 4. Okay. Okay, here's another one. A little more to it, but same idea. What are we getting by itself? This part. So I'm going to add 4 to both sides. Then I'm going to divide both sides by negative 3. And so I have 10 to the 4 minus x equals 29. I'm going to write that in log form. So log base 10 of 29 equals 4 minus x. Now, again, SAT, ACT stuff, you're probably not ever going to see it written log base 10. You're just going to see this, log 29 equals 4 minus x. Whoops, except that I wrote 24, even though I said 29. I am really on a roll here today. There we go. Now, log 29, I don't need to use a secret of the universe because since it's base 10, I can plug that into my calculator. It's about 1.46, and that's equal to 4 minus x. Get rid of the minus 4, and I get negative 2.54 equals negative x, which means that x is about positive 2.54. Okay, and one last one here. So what do I do first? Yep. I'm going to get that by itself, so I'm going to add 4 to both sides. Okay, what's my next step? Well, I do know powers of 5s, but I can't do a common base on this. So again, I'm going to use logs. So turn it into log form. Okay, and so in log form, I get log base 5 of 11 equals the exponent. My base is 5, so I can't just plug straight into my calculator as is. So use secret of the universe and switch it around. Okay, and again, I can just plug that directly into my calculator, but when I plug it into my calculator, I have to do this. Yours might be a little bit different. Just, again, be careful. And so when you do that, x is about equal to 1.49. Okay, and so, good. That finishes our section 16.2 notes. You're going to do that third page of that worksheet, and that should be numbers 19 to 26. Have a good day.